Good evening, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We are very, very excited to be having you and hosting you tonight. This is East Africa. Get it right with the Terra Solutions East Africa version or episode, or I have no idea. We just came from a road trip. Now we are in East Africa. We are the trendsetters. So here we are. My name is Grace Nzula, and thank you for joining us tonight. We are hoping to have a very interesting conversation about HR membership, professional membership organizations. And we're looking forward to making sure that you understand the need to be a member in a professional institution, and also to enhance your knowledge technically, so that whenever you're ready, then you can become a member of any of the institutions, either in your country, or you can register for either. So my name is Grace Nzula, and you're tuned in to Get It Right with Atara Solutions. Get It Right with Atara Solutions is a webinar series that seeks to demystify issues in employment and entrepreneurship. We do this every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. We discuss everything and anything that affects employers. We have done quite a lot on mental health. We have done a lot on business. Last week, we were looking at writing business plans. The week before that, I can't even remember what we were discussing. Kevin, if you may, stop sharing kindly. And at this point in time tonight, we are discussing professional membership. And if you have missed any of our webinar series, please go to our YouTube channel, and you will find all the information that you may be looking for, or not, that you might find new information there. And you get to catch up. This is season 4. We started in 2020, and our season runs a whole year. Yeah, we are those ones. So, and we are hoping to have an end of year party in November. So with me is my co-host, Kevin. Kevin, you can introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Kevin Adipo. I co-host Grace in Get It Right with Atara Solution every Tuesday, and I am happy that you're a part of this. Thank you, and back to you, Grace.
Thank you very much, Kevin. And of course, we have our sign language interpreter. I don't know, Catherine, are you still being seen, or should we still spotlight you? I'm not too sure. Because nowadays, you know, Zoom has put, yeah, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. They are seeing me. Yeah. They can see me.
Okay. You know, Zoom introduced the sign language interpreter window, and sometimes we just want to make sure that instead of
Grace,
yes.
In case someone is struggling in getting an interpreter, you can request for an interpreter there. There is an option of requesting an interpreter.
All right, excellent. So there you go. You can request for an interpreter from Zoom, and of course, your best interpreter in wherever it is you are will be Catherine Sidandi, who is our sign language interpreter and supports us in being inclusive. So before we get on to the business of the day, allow us to give a shout out to our partners, the people who support us in being inclusive. And we have ourselves Stallion Construction Company Limited. They deal in construction. We have Pathway Solution Services. They are into training. Most of our members have been getting free trainings, and Frank was our speaker last week. And these trainings are on LMS. LMS is Learning Management System. And of course, you stand a chance to win. We have Panessa Training Institute. Of course, it's an institute that deals with carpentry and woodworking. If you're looking for carpenters, we can support you in getting trained carpenters. If you're looking to study carpentry, then we can, there is an August intake coming up, ongoing right now. So you can get in touch with pti@panessa.co.ke. And then we have WeClean. WeClean is a carpet cleaning company. They have a machine that cleans carpets within 6 minutes. So in this cold season, hey, Nairobi is cold, but I am in Nakuru, and Nakuru is so warm. We are enjoying the sun. And yeah, so WeClean has a carpet cleaning a machine that cleans carpets within 6 minutes, but they also clean your sofas. They come to your house and do the cleaning from your house. And they also do house cleaning. So if you're in construction and you're wondering who will clean after you, then WeClean do that. We have Suluhu Mediation Center. Suluhu Mediation Center are the people who certify you to become certified professional mediators. Don't be stranded. They have one of the best programs I have been into. I'm a certified mediation trainer. I'm a certified professional mediator with Suluhu Mediation Institute. We have Profiles International. I call them the people people. If you're looking to become a Gino certified emotional intelligence coach, then you need to, we have Kapula Mintito, we have Elsamea. Elsamea is a hotel in Naivasha. If you're looking to take a vacation, a vacation, a solo vacation, whatever vacation you want to take, then you want to go to Elsamea. You can also do a day visit where they have a museum. They can take you around the museum. They have a video about Elsamea you get to watch and enjoy. And also their food and their cup of tea is normally there full time. And then of course we have Steadfast Quality Solutions. Steadfast Quality Solutions is a HR and PR firm located in Kampala. This is headed by Herbert Zake. Thank you, Herbert Zake, for being a great supporter of Get It Right with the Tara Solutions. And of course, thank you for letting the people in Uganda know about our programs. We really, really appreciate. And then, of course, we have the offer from Profiles International. If you're looking to know your personality or the personality of the people you work with, whether it's your department or your managers or just yourself, you can take the DISC assessment at 6,500, and you can understand how you work and how to work with others of different personalities. And then, of course, we welcome you to the Leave Management Legal Perspective webinar. This is happening on the 2nd of August from 2 to 5 p.m. And of course, we are hosting Mr. Peter Kinyanjui, who is a legal expert, has been working with the Agricultural Employers Association. This is happening on the 2nd, and it's only at 2,800 shillings. And you get to understand how to manage the leave of your employees. Right, so thank you very much for that to our partners, and we appreciate you. Right, and at this point in time, allow us to bring on the topic of the day. Now, this is HR month, and last week in Nairobi, we launched HR month, and it was such a lovely session with Madam Kuresha, with the chairman, Dalmas Odero, and the guest speaker was Mr. Choge, who shared some serious nuggets. And we are still looking very serious nowadays because we attended that session. So we are one of those. So at this point in time, allow me to bring on our panelists, and I will allow them to introduce themselves and tell us who they are and the institutions they are representing. And of course, wow. Okay, so I am trying to, okay. Kevin, please remove your spotlight. I'm not able to remove your spotlight. I don't know. Okay, wait, I can. I've been able to. So we are, at this point, we are still waiting for, I don't know whether Dennis, are you in the house? Unfortunately, Dr. Rukia got an emergency, but Dennis is supposed to be joining. This is from TRAPA. TRAPA is the Uganda institution. So, right, I was saying, yeah, here we are. Dennis, we need your video on, if you can. Right. So at this point in time, allow us to welcome our speakers who will do a brief introduction of themselves and also the institution they are representing. And because we only have one man, oh yeah, Dennis is also the other man. But technically, their panel was only made of one man. So I had planned to have Steve start us off. So Steve, if you could, please introduce yourself and tell us about the Rwanda HR Association. You are on mute.
Yes, I think you may hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Salute. Yes, this is Stephen Karangwa, the chairperson for Rwanda Human Resource Management Organization, or Rwanda HR Professional Body. And I'm saying that I'm very lucky to be a man among a big group like this. And I see Dr. Rukaya. You have to be taken like I don't see you. Let me start with such a joke by being a man, as Grace said. So I'm very honored to be invited, being a member of this platform, so that people may know that Rwanda Human Resource Professional Body is there, and they need to to grow and having more members within the region, being locals in Rwanda, East Africa, wherever they are. The door are very open to receive any membership across the board, across the world, across the East Africa. So basically, for introduction is that, but we are a natural professional body with more than 400 registered members within four main categories. There are professionals, there are corporate membership, there are associate like students or any professionals in the academic and the higher learning institutions, and then the honored members, those ones who heading the HR institutions or any other institutions related to the human resource management functions, like our public sector, and the other in the capacity building, like RDB, Rwanda Development Board, within a department of capacity building and so on. So most of them, they are categorized into honored members. So that is that. I can let the others to be introduced, then later we can go far in a deeper knowing the Rwanda Human Resource Management Organization.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Steve, and we appreciate that we can register in Rwanda as well. And now, I don't know where, Dennis, where have you disappeared to? I saw you, then I did not see you. And I hope that you're joining us. TRAPA needs to be represented as we wait for Dr. Rukaya to join us. So in the meantime, allow us to jump on to Doreen. Doreen, please introduce yourself and also the institution you're representing here tonight.
All right. Good evening, colleagues. Thank you very much, Grace, for your visionary, input in trying to unite East Africa. I know there are already dreams of the East African integration, but it looks like human resource practitioners have moved ahead. So thank you for that strong vision. My name is Doreen Asasi Ramhangazi. I am representing HRMO on this particular panel. HRMO stands for Human Resource Managers Association of Uganda. We are an organization that brings together all human resource professionals across the country and beyond. We have been in existence for over 23 years. We were established in 1999. We recently hit a milestone of having over 1,000 members on board. Unlike Kenya and I think other countries, ours is really voluntary membership. So it's awesome. It's incredible to see that HR professionals have been able to organize themselves to come and figure out a way of, advancing this profession, creating professionalism, creating standards across board, and driving the profession to a higher level. I think we'll be diving into the rest of the details about HRMO later on, so I allow my colleagues to proceed and introduce themselves as well.
All right, thank you very much for that, Doreen. And then we go to Madam Kuresha. Tell us about IHRM and yourself.
Thank you, Grace. My name is Kuresha Abdullahi. I am the Executive Director of the Institute of Human Resource Management with over 17 years of HR practice. The Institute of Human Resource Management was formed through an Act of Parliament 2012. And I must say, listening to Doreen, the quest of organizing themselves, the HR professionals in Kenya started in 1986. For us, actually, the other professionals are more advanced, and we feel like we've just taken the baby steps. Once we became into act, we are not only acting as an association, but we also regulate the profession. So we are doing a government function, hence the need to have all HR practitioners to be members of the institute. So we are actually crossing the mark of close to 18,000 members as of this evening. And we are aware that there are more than that HR professionals in this country, and we would like to encourage them to join. Now, I always wanted to share and find out, there are people who are always asking, why should I join the Institute and why should I be a member? Remember, this is the body that regulates the HR practice in this country. And it has a lot of benefits. From the ethical conducts, we have the acts as a legislation, and then we have different regulations that have activated it. We have a regulation on code of conduct on how you should carry yourself as a HR professional and what the public should expect from you and what you should expect from your organization as a HR practitioner. This is also gazetted. We have the disciplinary procedure, which is a statutory requirement within the Act. And then we have the registration and the quality assurance. We also have that because we don't want to onboard anyone just because they're HR professionals, but there are other aspects that you must meet. So in terms of how do we ensure that we are members of a professional body, and what is the impact or the benefits rather that you should expect is that the ethical conduct, you will be able to exchange knowledge and expertise, because sometimes you might be a HR practitioner, but you may not know everything. So actually, through the Institute and through that membership and forming of different groups, you're able to collect more information. And then it also helps you to always remember that there is a code of conduct that you must respect as a HR professional. Then in case of any disputes, we have the disciplinary unit, which is a statutory under the Act, and it follows the due process. Sometimes we get reports, we have to follow up, we have to ensure that is this something that has been substantiated? If there are any laws broken, how can we even come to your rescue? Because we also do the member protection. Even as public complain about the HR professionals, it's also our responsibility to protect you. In terms of the knowledge sharing, the Institute is your one-stop to just pick your phone through the different calls, ask for any information you want, any guidance you need on matters HR, and that's your benefit as a member. We have a legal and compliance unit that you can actually do that. And sometimes we come to workplaces because we've realized that there are some issues that you don't need to go to court, and we can actually mediate on those issues. How we are structured as an institute, to be a member first, you must have the skills and qualifications. You can enter as an associate, and it just needs the qualifications and less than 5 years experience. And then we have the full membership. Anyone who has 5 years experience and above can be a full member. Then we have the fellowship. The fellow is at the discretion of the council. So the council admits fellows in a set criteria that they've already put. In between now, that there's always this issue of now who should hold a practicing certificate. So anyone who is holding a HR practice, once you've joined the Institute as a member, then you have to apply for the practicing certificate, because the Act is clear. Anyone practicing HR in Kenya must hold a practicing certificate. It's something that even we are implementing with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs through the immigration, because any expatriate who comes to the country and doing a HR role, we have to clear them before they are given the work permit. So in terms of how to join, it's very simple. We have a very robust online system, especially for those who are in this country. It's easy. If you're using M-Pesa, if it's your company that is paying, so it's seamless, provided you meet the set criteria for the different membership categories that we have. For internationals, like if you're within East Africa, All you need is to equate your certificates through the Commission of University Education, then you apply. So that is how it works in terms of being members of the Institute. And for us, we say that anyone to even deliver on their roles in terms of the upholding the integrity, the compliance level and all that, it starts with how do you value your own profession, you know? And when you have that collective voice, that you have the Institute of Human Resource speaking for HR practitioners in Kenya. And I always wanted to say this, and today I have an opportunity. We need to realize as HR professionals, we cannot also be, how do I put it? We can't be loud on everything, because remember there's that confidentiality aspect. We act on issues. What we acted on, we only give you the basic. The rest of the procedures, we have to do it with utmost confidentiality. For us, we are not activists, because how we carry ourselves in the workplace when we're handling employee relations is how we should carry ourselves as an institute. And my legal compliance, he's on leave. If he was here, he will tell you, a day we get complaints and we give support to more than 20 HR professionals, something that maybe you will have required a lawyer to do. So sometimes we may not shout about it, because remember, we are not in the marketing business. This is a profession that we must uphold. The act is out there. It's been out there for the last 10 years. You need to understand inside out. And we are actually focused during this HR month to take an audit of that specific act. Do we really understand? Like what you're doing right now, Grace, is one of the mandates of the Institute to ensure that we are collaborating with other stakeholders within the region. And we do a lot of things with the Uganda HR professionals. Please come, and you need to make the government see that they need to bring this into an act, and you can advocate for that. I don't know how the different legislations work in different countries, but for us, I must tell you that there are people who has put all efforts, and there are precedents which have been set by other professionals before us. So
Pressure.
Within that, we are getting there, and we will definitely keep on talking. I know the conversation is still on, but I just wanted to share that who we are and what we do. Thank you.
Thank you for that comprehensive insight. And there's somebody, as we go to Dennis, there's somebody on the chat who is saying she's Indian and she wants to know how to become a member. And I have seen Danny sharing how to become a member on the chat as well. There's also Millicent who is asking what are the qualifications for one to become a full member of IHRM? To the audience, if you have a question, please put it on the Q&A. It will be easier to follow through. But at this point in time, allow me to welcome Dennis. Dennis is from Trapper. Dennis, if you can introduce yourself. If you can introduce yourself na pia utupe background, give us a background about Trapper, because this is the part where we are now Ugandans, because I am trying to learn Luganda. You are also going to learn Swahili from Dennis, of course. Dennis, you're on mute.
Hello, I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, we can.
Habari.
Salama, Dennis.
I'm happy to see you guys, and sorry for the inconvenience, for being late. But I'm happy to see you. My name is Dennis Derua. I'm the Secretary General, Trapper. Trapper is Tanzania Human Resource and Administration Professional Association. Yeah, in here we merge human resource and administration. Trapper is the association, professional association, govern the business professional matter regard to the HRs and administration. And the umbrella of President Office, Public Service Management, and Good Governance. TRAPA, the Combination Association Reformer, the merge from the three types of the association, Human Resource Society Tanzania, Human Resource Officer from the government, and Association of Public Administration. So we come up with the TRAPA. There is APAT, there is HROT, HRSTAR. Now on we join as a joint venture to promote the interest, ethic, and accountability for the development, sustainable development for the profession. Now on we struggle to move on to the board, so we decide to join together as the same umbrella. We have a vision as the first choice, the professional interest in Tanzania. The purpose, we promote the efficient professionalism standards in the matter of the profession. So far, we are dealing in Tanzania with the mainland and Zanzibar. So we join as a one. We have a structural leadership from Zanzibar and Tanzania, but the chairperson of the TRAPA, the chairperson of the Tanzanian Association. But we have a two member represented from the Zanzibar and the mainland. Only the vice chairperson, Dr. Rukai, who was supposed to be the panelist before, and the deputy secretary general. We are focused to develop and shaping the career on the case of the HR, and our purpose is to highlight the accomplished on how to deliver our mission to support employees, to support professionalism, to support the workplace to be changes. So as TRAPA, stand out the impact, focus on advantage individual career, planning on the leadership, but purposely on the human resource and administration professional. So far here we have. Hello?
Yes, Dennis.
Yeah, and I'm happy to be part of the member of this community. I know networking starting from the small portion, but our focus now on as a TRAPA, we are the link between the government of Tanzania, represented by the President Office, Public Service Management and Good Governance, and the all professional regarding to the HR and public administration. So we are at the umbrella. Now on we are putting on the table on the matter of the establishing the board on progress. I hope when we get the meeting the next year like this, we will come up on the fact of the body. So far, we have a member, we cooperate with some other organization inside and outside the country. We joined the Federation, Africa Federation, the World People Federation, and now on we are cooperating with the Kenyans as the Institute of Human Resource Management. We've shared the interests with the others. And last time I remember, we are communicating with the Ugandan, the Vice President. So we are struggling to make the professional community the relationship because we are the same community. We can exchange the membership, some interest in. So on the part of the membership, we are the association membership, professional membership, organization membership, and the student membership. Inside there, we focus on the professional membership, organization membership, but we have association membership. Association membership regarding the matter, there are some professional, HR professional from outside the Tanzanian. And other, there is those experts are working for the matter of the advisory consultants on the case of the human resource. We are trying our best now on so far. Even to be part of this networking is a part of the development. We change. We have already established the new form of structure for international standard for human resource. And so on, we are happy. Now on this year, we celebrate the second time for International HR Day. And I'm happy, Madam Gracia, your presence on behalf. I know there is some excuse for other country, but I hope next time we could have it, the East Africa Human Resource Day. I hope.
Yes, yes, Dennis, we will definitely join in the Human Resource Day. The only challenge in Kenya is normally the Human Resource Day comes at a time when we are doing our HR Congress, which is one of our major events. So we can see how then that balance is out. And I have seen, welcome the gentleman, or was it a lady from Malawi? Thank you for joining us. You should just get in touch with me, Benson Jackson from HR Society of Malawi. Thank you very much for joining us. And I hope that you're learning and taking away some things, and you can also tell us how you're doing your own so that we can also learn a thing or two. So now at this point in time, Kuresha, you have a lot of questions that are coming on the chat. I hope you're following, but I've seen Dan is trying to answer them. But Doreen, tell us, why should we become members of HR Mau, and how do we do that? Doreen, you're muted.
Technology. All right. Thank you, Grace. I'm just going to project so that we follow a certain order to appreciate HR Mau, where we've come from, and how potential members can actually join us. So allow me to switch off my video and then project. All right. So what is HR Mau? What's our vision? As an association, our vision is to inspire and nurture human resource professionals. And this is not limited to Uganda, it's across the globe. Our mission is to develop and regulate human resource practices that transform people, workplaces, and businesses. Our core values are stewardship, professionalism, innovation, collaboration, and integrity. And on collaboration, I think we're doing a relatively good job. We have a lot of partners, both internally in country, as well as across the region and across the globe. IHRM being part of our partners. We've also reached out to the Tanzanian Association, Rwanda, etc. I won't go through the objectives. These can be found on our website, which is www.hrmau.or.ug. But I want to just dig a little bit deeper in terms of who we are. We are the leading organization for all human resource professionals in Uganda. As earlier mentioned, we're established in 1999, so we've been in existence for 23 years. We have over 1,300 members, and like I earlier mentioned, we hit the 1,000th member last year on 5th September 2022. So for us, that was a very, very big milestone. We have members in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Dubai, or UAE, USA, UK, and I think last week we onboarded a couple of people from Canada. Most of these are either Ugandans who are working in the diaspora or other Africans working in the diaspora, but with an interest of coming back either to Africa or specifically to Uganda. In terms of our membership, we have HR practitioners, we have HR professionals who may not necessarily be practicing. We have human resource consultants, we have consultancy firms, and then also we have members from the academia. Our membership categories, we have honorary members, we have fellows, and these first two categories do not pay annual subscription. Then we have professional members who are the majority. We have associate members. This particular category caters for those who have just finished university and have less than 5 years of experience, or those who have been in practice and are yet to obtain a recognized professional certification in human resource. We also have corporate members, and here we are targeting organizations that have 7 human resource practitioners on board and above. So in Uganda, this would be players in the banking industry, parastatals like URA. URA is Uganda Revenue Authority, UNRA, and the like. I'd like to briefly talk about our member value proposition. We carry out continuous professional development. We have a calendar that we develop that is based and hinged on our members' needs. So we carry out an annual survey that then indicates to us the different gaps that our members have identified, and then we structure programs in alignment with their gaps. We offer a lot of networking opportunities for our members, and I think this is one of the things that our members have really appreciated. We carry out award ceremonies. We have the sports gala that is coming up next month for all HR practitioners, and many, many other events. We also encourage personal growth and career development. We've actually witnessed a couple of our members start off as junior HR practitioners within their respective organizations. And through the networking and learning and development, they've been able to access high opportunities in the profession. We have a number of heads of human resource that have actually, that the association has seen and watched grow over the last 23 years. We also offer coaching and mentorship. We have a formal mentorship program that we've just launched. We also allow or enable peer-to-peer mentorship and coaching. We've had requests from members. A member comes and says, I have identified this particular senior member. I'd like them to coach me. Can you guys connect us? And we've done that successfully. We also carry out member recognition through the awards and specifically the HR Reveal Awards that we carry out every year. And then we have a very strong HRMO circle that we've established to really drive the financial well-being of our members. Currently, our assets are 600 million, and we are growing. This 600 million has been accumulated over the last 2.5 years of the circle's existence. Then, of course, we encourage skills development. We have global partners like CIPD. We might be CIPD's first partner in East Africa. And then also AIHR has also come on board to enable the online learning sessions for our members. Then also we are the HR data lake for our members through the magazine, but also we have a strong partnership with MASA that carries out all those beautiful HR reports as well as salary surveys on an annual basis. This is a photo from the HR Reveal Awards for 2021, and those are the categories that we're able to award. And then this is an image from one of the outreach programs. Specifically here, we were in Mukono University to really reach out to human resource and business administration students. And I know right now we've already signed MOUs with a number of universities to allow us to grow the profession from the grassroots. This is a brief highlight of the different professional programs that are outlined for this particular year. Now, back to your your question, Grace, on how can someone join HRMO? I have already mentioned the different categories. So the categories that are paid for are associate member as well as professional member. The annual subscription for a professional member is 300,000. That's if you've been a continuing member. You only, renewing your membership. However, if you're a new member, you'd have to part with 500,000 Uganda shillings. If you're an associate member and you're joining us for the very first time, you have to part with 100,000 Uganda shillings. If you're renewing, if you're doing your annual renewal, then you'd have to pay about 70,000 Uganda shillings. However, every single time we get to mid-year, we slash these fees because the year is almost coming to an end. We acknowledge the fact that the person won't be able to benefit from the programs that were earlier run before they joined us. So we slash the fees as indicated on this particular flyer. This is the governing council for the Human Resource Managers Association. I want to emphasize that these are not paid up resources. There is no direct remuneration. We do this service out of love for the profession. And then here we have our secretariat team that is comprised of 3 people. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you for that comprehensive presentation, Doreen. There's someone on the chat, Daniel, who is asking how to be a member. I don't know whether Brian is on the call or Andrew Kawesa is also on the call. I know you're currently serving. If you can answer that person. Josephine Karimi, in IHRM, maybe I can answer that on behalf of Kuresha. You can only become a member if you have a qualification on HR. So I see you have a degree and master's in business, but you do not have any HR qualification. Unfortunately, you cannot be a member. You would need to go back and do maybe CHRP or a diploma in HR for you to become a member. And allow me to recognize the presence of Joseph Ajal, my good friend from Precision HR in Kampala, and of course, Herbert Zake, and I can see you all here. I've seen Sarah Jeremiah from Tanzania as well. Sarah Jeremiah is our speaker on the 25th of this month, and we are looking forward to your session. Right, and to you, Steve, the same question as Doreen. How do we become members of the Rwanda Association? Oh yeah, and before Steve comes, yes, the money that, you know, Kenyans, Doreen might be thinking that the money you're talking about is Kenya shilling. And you're already thinking, my God, 100,000 to become a member, how do I afford that? Please note.
This is Uganda shilling.
It's Uganda shilling.
We will do the conversion and post for both Kenya shillings, Uganda, Tanzania shillings, as well as Rwanda shillings.
Absolutely, absolutely. But at least we are here together, and we will figure these things as we go, right? Yeah, I could tell. I could see you Kenyan thinking, 350,000. Anyway, so yeah, and I'm sure Kuresha will tell us how much it costs to be a member of IHRM. But to you, Stephen, maybe you can tell us, how do we become members of the Rwanda Human Resource Association, and what is the value proposition?
Thank you, Grace. Practically, being a member with Rwanda HR professional body is a very simple, just willingness to be ready for joining the platform, and the HR practitioners is okay. Thank you for putting such a small presentation. As you can see, Rwanda Human Resource Management Organization have been founded by the HR professionals and practitioners from different sectors, public, private, civil society. And then have been formed with a very clear mandate to have a national platform to promote the HR functions as well as standards and professionalism. Then later, we came as a regulator of HR practices in Rwanda. Maybe you can go to the next slides, if you can. Yes. Okay. Those are the values and the core values of the organization, which is there as integrity, collaborations, professionalism, and so on. As we move on, the type of membership as the other professional bodies, we are having four categories. Category one is a corporate membership and the professional membership. Within a professional membership, we are having HR practitioners, associate and the students, members, honorary members, as a big category. Within each category, it have a value proposition. When you look at to the corporate membership, as a category of the organizations, companies which want to join us for some benefits and some whys. Within the whys, they receive some publications. We promote those organizations and the companies to be known with a big platform of the HR communities, and then they can be subsidies about the HR roles as a consultant services. We in Rwanda, as HR professional body, we regulate the HR functions, but also we act or we provide some HR services in terms of consultants, because we do not yet having more companies, more HR firms. So we are obliged to be in a hybrid position. We regulate, but also in other hand, we provide some services in terms of HR. We help those members in some recruitment and the hunting to staffing their organizations. However, within the other category of membership of professionals or practitioners, we support our members within different roles, notably help them to access the information of the labor market in terms of HR. We support them to be certified in the HR certifications by having a license with other providers of HR certifications. We help them in a networking. We recommend them whenever they want a new job or any kind of HR functions like a firm. And a firm within a corporate member, we said, if they are interested to work with any other organization, we recommend them by saying this HR firm is known, is our member, may manage to work with you, and we can guarantee you that they will provide you a good services. Then other is about getting an information on the HR management practices. Within our platforms, we share the key information for building our profession. One could be a junior within a function or within a career, then the other will mentor him or coaching them until becoming a good practitioner. So those are key value proposition for the professional membership, but also for the students or the others in the higher learning institutions. We support them by getting them the information about the labor market. Being within university, they are very ambitious after the studies, they will get a good job, and they are over ambitious about the next of their career. But with our public lecturing, we go there and we define what about the labor market today, what trend, what's constraint, what are the opportunity. But also we help them to be prepared. How will you be prepared for your CV? How will you face the panel of the interview? How will you be prepared mentally so that you will go to the labor market with a very needed skills and well prepared for entering within your career? So those are the key components we are supporting the students, members, and those associated. However, there are some few requirements to be our member. Basically, have to be a human resource by academic qualification, but also by practices. Either you studied the human resource management or you are a practitioner of the human resource practices. And then you have to be a graduate from university with a bachelor at least, okay? And then for the companies, you have to come with your registration as an operating company or an organization legally. For the fees, the most important for us is willingness, as I said. Then the fees are very small. We are requesting like 50 USD, which is equal to 50,000 Rwandan francs, which is little, as I said, and it could not be an issue to make it. The only issue is to how they maintain the being an active member. As I said, we are having like 400 active members, but registered are more than 1,000. So keeping that membership active, it's only where we always struggling. So maybe we shall learn from you, Kenya HR Institute, or Ugandan, we in Rwanda, we are having more registered, but keeping active, even though we are presenting those very propositions, it is no longer very fixed. So we shall be having a benchmark from your side so that in Rwanda we can fix it. Or even if you may have the same cases, we shall share and see what we can do as East African members. So that is the fees, is, as I said, for the honorary members is for free. And we always insisting for having those partnership with the last category with a free of charge, because they providing more advice and advocacy, which is more valuable than even paying anything. So basically is that. But back to your question, Grace, to join our organization is very simple, and you get another family to belong to through our HR cafe. Within a month, we used to have what we call the HR cafe. We gathering the HR from the same fields, if bankers, if the ones from manufacture and the factories, the other from construction, they talk and discuss on matter they always facing, and getting a solution, and those challenges are removed. The other beautiful thing we do is about seminars to capacitate our members. Especially we focus on different areas, but performance management and ethics at work, how the HR people can behave different from the other people, so that can be stand exemplary for the other staff, for the other generation. So performance management, because our companies need, or public function needs our people to work hard so that we may advance, rather than keeping the position as HR people, but the result becomes narrow. So by historical background, our HR professional body is among the youngest in East Africa, because we have been established within 2012. And I've been seeing the Kenya ones is in 80 something, 82, isn't it, Edie?
87.
87 means is a senior than any other in this region. So we have to learn from you a lot, and you will be benchmarking us in a different. So that is that. Maybe I don't know whether I have been answering well the question from Grace, but you are most welcome. And our conditions are very easy, and you get another family to belong to, and you will get a knowledge, you will get a beautiful people to work with, and you will be informed, keep informed in the HR matters, and how you handling the relationship with your colleagues and your bosses.
Thank you, Steve.
For this place.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Allow me to remind you that you're tuned in to Get It Right with Atara Solutions, a webinar series that seeks to demystify issues in employment and entrepreneurship. And we are doing this and hosting the whole of East Africa Human Resource Professional Associations or organizations in celebration of the HR Month 2023. And at this point in time, allow me to welcome Dennis Dero, who will tell us how do we join the Trapper, and also what is the value proposition? Why should I be a member of Trapper? Dennis, you're on mute.
Mute.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I see some criteria are common because we are familiar. It depends on the nature of the governance, but the case of the membership, type of the membership, the way to join are the same. But in Trapper, we are welcome most of professional or practitioner, especially in Tanzania and East Africa. We put in some criteria who the benefit of the membership. First of all, because the Trapper is a professional association, so it's an umbrella for professionalism. We are putting the networking bucket, so you are be benefited to be part of the professional network as a member. You can get an online access for some resources regarding to the professional matter. As you see, there is issue of the HR advisory. On the HR advisory, there is the matter of the disciplinary issue and other cases regarding to the establishment or development of the business conducting the organization individually, consultants, and other cases. Also, we have a comprehensive database. If you want to get or to reach any HR professional, for example, now if you want to come to Tanzania and you want to reach the HR from the public sector, private sector, or any government, when you call me Dennis, I want to reach the HR from the Tanzanian, we have a database. So it's easier to mobilizing. Also, we have a compliance support in case of any matter, but also we have a government affair. We deal with the government affair regarding to the professional matter in HR. So far, the normal ways of becoming member, you can request. You go to the website www.trapa.or.tz. There is a form and way of registration. You download it or you can register on the portal. We have a, like the same, we have a professional, but we have a practitioner. There is who have a graduate for human resource or administration, but there is those who are in the field, they practice human resource. So those all are members. And also to be part of the membership in Tanzania, as we say, we call that the set of social relationship development in sharing responsibility of career and professional development. That's why I say to be part of the community is the most important advantage in professional development of the career and even the nation. And because we are community now on, it's me, for example, me to be part of the Rwandan's Association for Human Resource, it's advantage to experience some changes, technology, experience, knowledge exchanges, even in Tanzania. I hope, Grace.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, I hope for the small portion of hint about the benefit to become a member is easy. But
so how do we become a member? There's a question like that. How do we become a member? How do we register for membership? Yes.
Okay. There is some category. I've already mentioned those category. So if you are practitioner, there is option of practitioner. We have a fee. We have a fee also. So you request to be a member. So for example, for professional member, in conversion, let's say in $1 is $100 for professional member. For example, you want to pick, you go to the portal, you request your category, then you initiate the data, you submit the details, and then after submit the details, we sort out and we provide you the certificate for being part of the membership. So it's the same like other association or others professional body in other countries.
All right, Dennis, that is clear. There's a question, of course, the last question we are asking is how do we join each other's associations as we go? And Jen Mutise is asking, are Kenyans invited in the sports gala? Of course, for HR Mau, anytime. They actually, Doreen, you forgot to say about HR, what do you call it? Fun house, HR Fun House. It's called HR Fun House, that one. That and Ajal, I'm not mentioning names. Right, and Kuresha, tell us, you have a number of questions, but you had also touched on what is the value proposition? And maybe you can also maybe touch a bit on anything you want to touch on, but mostly on how do we then become members of IHRM?
Thank you, Grace. It's impressive on how we are similar and what we can learn from each other, even though we have taken steps on different years. So for you to be a member, first stop is just sign to ihrm.or.ke, and I know Dan has shared. I've mentioned earlier, we have different categories. Associates, which is actually basically focusing on the bit, and that you only need a 4,000 as annual subscription, and to renew, you need your 10 CPD points. I will revisit that later. Then the next category is membership. For membership, again, you need the qualification, the experience, and 5 years. The experience should be 5 years, and that is 4,500. Then once you become a member, you can upgrade and hold a practicing certificate. The practicing certificate is 7,000. So what happens is that now the following year, when you are renewing, you will only renew the practice certificate. So you don't have to pay the membership fee. You will only pay the fees for the practicing certificate. And that, as I've said, is a progress on which year within your career you are. So it's important to note that. And then we have the category of fellowship. So the fellowships are into two: the one that you're still practicing and you are a HR professional, you are invited by the council. So it's not open, like you can't just upgrade. It's normally done at the discretion of the council or criteria they set. So every year they have a certain number they have to admit, and they've opened the admission in 2021, and I'm sure this year something will be done. So be on the lookout. And then we have the honorary fellow, whereby you've contributed to this profession and you're not practicing. So having said that, all that, for you to come back and renew, then you have to show that there was continuous learning towards the profession. Hence the 10 CPD, which is equivalent to 40 learning hours per year. There are different ways you can earn that. So within, at the secretariat level, we organize quarterly free webinars, so you can earn 4 from there. Given that even though we have big numbers, how we try to reach to the rest of the country is through our branches. So we have vibrant branches, and we call them actually the offices with treasurers with no treasury, because they've volunteered their service to bring the HR practice close to home at an affordable rate. So they also have their own programs, and then you can earn 4 free CPD points from that end also. And then the other 6, you can collect it in different ways. You can write articles for our quarterly magazine. Even the other articles you contribute to other professions. Doreen mentioned, everyone here mentioned that they have a magazine. You can write for them and tell us, and there is a set CPDs you can earn from there. I know that we always told our CPD programs are expensive. And I want to flip it around and say sometimes a cheap can be expensive too. Because remember, this is about your skill set. This is about building you. And I want to be upfront and say we are not for profit. So if Milka was here, she will tell you that we work backwards to see by the time we are charging this amount, what is it that will go into the costing, the administration, and also to make you comfortable the days that you will be there. So that is something that I actually wanted to mention. Then our value proposition. Why should you be a member at the Institute? First of all, I will start with the best, which is regulate the profession. So if you wanted to practice, the first thing your employer will ask for is, are you a member of IHRM? So you don't want to be disadvantaged in this competitive market for jobs. That is number 1. Number 2, we've done very valuable partnership that can benefit you. You know that issues around mental health medical insurance, it's becoming very expensive. So we have strategic partners that by the mention of you're a member of IHRM, then you get subsidized rates. Then within the profession, because remember, as we grow, we need to be mentored. So we have a program called Transcend, which benefits the IHRM members. We are excited, actually, we are graduating the first cohort this Friday. So it's going to be an exciting journey. And for cohort 2, we actually have 700% more than what we had in cohort 1. So you can imagine how attractive it is. And our mentorship program is very structured. It's a whole year, and we learn, it's set on different principles, it's structured, and it was made possible by members who chose to volunteer, and one of our partners, a passion, a profit led by Frida Owinga. She is a friend to the profession, and she always helps us to grow. So that's some of the things that we do at the Institute. But over and above, we are always aiming to see how do we position you as HR professionals in terms of influencing policies, in terms of saying the right things at the right time on your behalf to the ears that we have. Because the advantage we have as a regulated body, we find ourselves into different tables. And I was upfront on this, that sometimes you will not see us publish or on the different walls. So bear with us, but I can tell you that, and I'm sure you've seen right now, how it was a year ago in terms of the job advertisement and what they're asking for. And right now, what it's asking for, it puts you in a better place as a person, as a HR practitioner. There was a question on how do I upgrade from an associate to a member. It's very simple. If you go back to your portal, we have a very interactive member portal. You will be able to see how to do that just by a click, and you will be told the requirements, and at the comfort of your desk, you will be able to download your certificate and print it. So it's as simple as that. And I was upfront saying that you cannot upgrade from membership to fellow. That is at the discretion of the council. Over and above, I wanted to say that we have recently put out a policy statement on HR practice and standards. And for that, we introduced different certifications. One of them is certified HR auditor, because we've realized everyone is auditing the HR function without knowing how to do it and what are the requirements. So for us also, we have a category that we call the HR firms. It actually gives you the upper hand to bid for the different consultancies within the field of HR for you to bid and train on that using your certificate as a HR firm, which shows that you are a member of the Institute. The other value propositions we have, sometimes a random organization will reach out and say, can you give us the list of HR firms registered with IHRM? And then we'll tell you we download, share for those who are active at that time. And it's up to the whoever asked to proceed and see who fits to their needs, whether you were to do a strategic plan, a recruitment. So there is a lot of benefits that if you join the Institute, you will get from it, but also the fact that we are organized in a way that over and above the membership, we have a HR circle. And I have said this before, that as professionals, we need to come together and have our own HR circle. And we've activated that circle. Right now it has all the required setup. It's been registered well, and we want to onboard as many members as possible so that we continue building that basket for the benefit of all of us in terms of investments. Thank you so much, Grace.
Thank you for that elaborate explanation, Madam Kuresha. And I hope that for those of you who had questions, you have been answered. And I have seen, Steve, you have put the Rwanda website on panel only. You can, I've copied it to everyone, so you can take that. And also I can see the HR Mao team. Brian, hi. I have seen you and wanting Mabuyu. I am now officially not coming for sports day. I will be there for the East Africa coming in November. Right. And at this point in time, thank you, Jacinta. You can join our WhatsApp group. This is for Get It Right with Atara Solutions, and get to know what else we are offering in terms of the conversation we carry out every Tuesday. And of course, we are honored tonight to be hosting East Africa Community. We need to reach out to, I don't know how to get to Burundi, but I know I will somehow find them. There's somebody who's asking whether there is an association for East Africa. I do not know about one, and probably that's something we should think about. But if you need help in any of the countries, you can always reach out to me, and I'll be able to link you up with any of the panelists on this call or for their respective associations. I've seen a number of questions on how to join the Rwanda Association. Steve, you can answer those questions. I've seen the question on Trapper, and Dennis, you can also join. Go ahead and answer that question. And of course, Doreen is very well supported on the chat, so every question is getting answers. And we appreciate that. And of course, Isaac, if you're on the call, you can support. I know you are answering questions for Kenya as well, so that we can make sure that we are continuing with this conversation. Allow us to take a few more questions, and then we can get the parting shot and call it a night. But now we are on Hannah Mohammed Ali. She's saying, are there CPD points requirements for Rwanda and Tanzania every year? Maybe you can start with you, Dennis. Are there CPD requirements for Tanzania? Or do we need to renew just to pay the money and that's it? Dennis. All right, maybe as Dennis comes on, Steve, you can tell us, do we need to, what do we need to renew membership, or is there a need for renewal anyway?
Yes, thank you so much. The membership need to be renewed at every year, and we make it a ritual to make it easier to anyone without being as a burden. So $50 to every practitioner, every professional at TEA is a very simple and doable action. And then we produce our membership cards within a year. So anyone to confirm his or her membership, we produce a membership cards with a validity of the dates composing 12 months. So we make a renewal of membership at every year. That's why we are saying we are having 400 active members, while the registered members may go up to 1,000. Yes.
All right. Dennis, is there a need? How do we renew membership every year?
Hello, can you hear now? Yeah, we are supposed to renew the membership every year. We call the budget year. We have a online portal payment. So after the expire for membership, there is some message sent for the member who are enrolled to be renewed. So there is two options for individual and three options. First of all, for those who are individual member, they are paying for their own. There is corporate member who are paid for their institution, they are paying on behalf of them. And also there are part of government payment we call EPG, government payment. So each member in every year we are supposed to renew the payment, but the payment are not the same. And also there is different, there is discount. For those who are professional member, there is different. Those who are association member, there are different. And those who are owner member, there is different. So the payment are here renewed.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Kuresha, you wanted to comment on the East Africa Association?
So I wanted to mention that we do not have one per se that is focused to the HR professionals, but we have the East Africa professional body that is the Association of Professional Societies in East Africa, APSEA. It's based in Nairobi, and it's a corporate membership. So all the professional bodies are members. So that is one of the places that great resource for us as an institute. And for those from the region, if you want to join, let me know and I will connect you, because it's a very good place to start and influence, because in Kenya here, they are even anchored in the different constitutional offices and take part on most of the policy influencing decisions, and we contribute to that through them most of the time when they want to consolidate the opinion of the professional bodies. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that clarity, Madam Kuresha. And is it possible to start a joint HR body rather than join all? It is costly, and the country bodies can filter inactive members. We can see to that, Wanjohi. And then Yvonne has a diploma in industrial relations from a reputable university, 5 years experience in HR field, and is currently almost finalizing CHRP program. Why is it not possible to get an associate membership of IHRM? Marie, Dan or Isaac, if you can share your email address and take on Marie's Adnai's case, because if she's doing a CHRP, probably soon enough she should be a member. And then we have somebody on the chat who's saying, I'm interested in Uganda. In the Uganda one, since they have partnered with CIPD and AIHR, excellent learning lesson. And Doreen and Tim, I don't know who is there, Brian or Andrew Kawesa or Ajal, I keep forgetting you're no longer in the governing council. You can do you can answer that question. And at this point in time, allow me to tell you of the offers from our partner, Pathway Solutions. And then we're going to take the parting shot from our speakers of the day. And then from there, you can find out more. If you came in late, you can always catch up with the recording on our YouTube channel. And Jacinta, I know right now, is sharing that on your screen, or rather on the chat, Jacinta. So at this point, we have emotional intelligence. This is from offers from Pathway Solutions. Pathway Solutions offer trainings on LMS. LMS is Learning Management System. And tonight they are offering a course on emotional intelligence in the workplace, networking outside the company, millennial onboarding, and women in leadership. This is for 3 individuals, which is fully sponsored by Pathway Solutions, and you learn by yourself on the LMS. And of course, Brian Musisi, you're not allowed because you have enough certificates from Pathway Solutions. Yeah, that's on a light note though. So for you to win, you can email myself and Frank. Frank, please, Kevin is not on the call. You can please put in your email address on the chat so that somebody can email you and copy myself. And then if you're an organization and you're looking to get a free training by Frank, he was our speaker last week and he can support you in training for your staff. If you don't have a training budget, please take advantage. And yes, the training is on Zoom. So Ugandans, Tanzanians, Rwandese, Kenyans on the call, you can take advantage of this. And please write to us and tell us why your company deserves these trainings, and then Frank will organize, and you can organize on a day that he's able to deliver the courses. You can visit the Pathway Solutions website to see more of the courses that they are offering and take advantage of these offers. And of course, they get it, people, or rather our followers or our audience, you are given 30% discount on any of the courses that you take on their website and with Pathway Solutions, and that is valid until 11th of October. So this is offer for both individuals and companies up to that first August 2023. So we appreciate you, Frank, and thank you very much for these offers. Our people, please take advantage and get to learn more from Pathway Solutions. Frank has put his email address there, and you have mine. Mine is probably you can get it from the emails that was sent for you on the Zoom link. .co.ke, and I've put it on the chat. Yes, the certificates, come again, Grace, when was there a ceiling for certificates? No way, Brian, you have had enough of Pathway Solutions. Right, so at this point in time, please, you can join our WhatsApp group and get to know what else is happening at Atara Solutions. And allow me to invite our speakers tonight to give us their parting shot. And I hope that to our audience, this has been quite helpful. Steve.
Yes, please.
Steve, yes, if you can give us your parting shot.
Yes. The only last thing that I cannot go without informing is that in November, end of November 29th to 30th, we shall have the African HR Summit. So Rwanda HR Professional Body is here to invite you from different corners, especially the East Africa, so that we may teaming to host as such African HR Summit. So again, as a takeaway, I'm very happy to have this platform to share the experience, the challenges, as well as the handlings. So basically is that, and I wish within a quarter, we may have same sessions so that we get our updates. Thank you.
All right, we will work on that quarterly call to action. We will work on that. I particularly can. And if you know, I know Southern Sudan don't have an association for HRs. I know we have tried reaching out to them during the East African Convention, but I hope the people here can take part in the different activities that engage East Africans, so that then we can also continue these conversations in physical. You've had Rwanda, they have their conference coming up. Doreen, your parting shot.
Well, thank you, Grace. They say that you can only be as good as the people that you surround yourself with. And I think most of us learned the importance of that earlier on in our career. So it's very important for us to try and join professional bodies so that we're able to surround ourselves with, you know, people in our field who are actually even better than us at what we do. Remember when I was working in Nairobi, I was earlier on mentioning to Madame Kuresh, I thought I would practice just like the way I was practicing in Uganda. And I was told, no, thank you. You've got to first do a higher diploma in HR. You've got to get a practicing certificate. You've got to attend our trainings to earn CPD points. And for me, that applied a certain level of pressure earlier on in my career that sort of set a momentum for my, you know, progress in the HR field. So I'd like to encourage all of us, if you're not part of any professional body, you need to subscribe as soon as possible, save enough, borrow from your, you know, the people around you to make sure that at least you're able to, you know, pay your subscription and be part of these incredible programs that are being run. I want to also end, just like Stephen mentioned, we have a lot of activities that I believe we can partner together on. Madame Kuresh, Steve, Dr. Dennis, there are lots of opportunities for us to partner. There is the East African Convention or Symposium coming up in Kampala. I hope we'll be able to see participants from across the region to allow us to interact, to share, to grow together as, you know, professional associations in East Africa. So thank you very much. I wish you a lovely night. Thank you, Grace. Over to you.
Thank you for that, Doreen, and I am personally excited. I think I will attend the November event in Kampala. Yes, Dennis, your parting shot.
I'm happy to be part of this community. And Gracie, today you are surprising me. You know, the setup of social relationship, the big things, especially in professional, what we call networking, to build the professional community is not easy. even to be part of the exchanging knowledge and idea. I hope we step up. We're starting with the small step ahead. But they say to deal with the intelligent issue, you need to be an intelligent person. And the intelligent person, to lead the intelligent person, intelligent matter, you need to have intelligent guidance. We are supposed to be part of the community. We are supposed to be part of the responsibility, and also we are supposed to be part of the chain, learning each other, exchanging each other, but practice day to day each other. I'm glad next time it's not to be only in the Zoom meeting, but I hope we could be able to share the East Africa Conference in the different association from the different country in East Africa, the different bodies in East Africa at the same council for the East Africa. I wish that day could come, but I'm happy to see you guys, everyone. Thank you for your support to put the career development. Thank you for your support to push up each and everyone to be part of the community. So far on, I'm happy for the other cases. I welcome you. The next year we are planning to have the International HR Day, but not for Tanzania. We try our best because of the different schedule on each country. But for the next year, we try our best. It's not from Tanzania. For East Africa, we celebrate East Africa for International HR Day. And Madam Croatia, the next conference, I will be the guest for the conference. So we could exchange next year for Rwanda, next year for Tanzania, next year for Uganda. It could be the good practice of the relationship, the bond of the relationship, because we are the part for the initiative for our peoples, our countries, and all the system which we are supposed to working for. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Dennis, and we look forward to seeing you in October. Our annual conference is coming up in October.
I will.
So see you soon. Right, Madam Croatia, your parting shot.
Thank you so much, Grace, for putting this together. And at this point, allow me to brag that I have worked in each of these countries. Before this role, I was a regional HR director regional HR coordinator for East Africa. So I will connect you to the Burundi HR professionals. I like the way the conversation, how it went. I like the interest, how we started and how we ended in terms of the numbers, the questions, and let's continue embracing each other. Let's value our profession. Let's value our contributions, because look at, someone is talking about, I have the degree, I have the master's. There's a reason why you went to school to master that specific skill. So own it up. Take with a lot of pride. If you can join other professional bodies within the East Africa, why not? Especially if you can see that the benefits which align to your future HR progress within your different category, or even within your different career stages you're going right now. Mine is to urge all HR professionals, whether you are in Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, or even in Kenya, let's embrace each other. Let's uphold integrity, and let's ensure that we are always ready for the changes that are happening around us. And as HR professionals, let's not forget we are the foundation of every organization. So if we are not grounded well, and we do not understand our profession and different aspects through networking and even through the knowledge we have, then we may be in a position, we will not be in a position to advise our different organizations. We should be driving the change in our organization, and in every change that takes place, we should be influencing. So let's be good negotiators. Let's know our position and what's in it for us, and we keep growing, and let's impact each other. And thank you so much, everyone, Those who are in Kenya, please take part in the HR month activities in your different regions. We have shared the schedules, and I look forward to interact with you as we go and travel around the county, the different counties.
Thank you for that. We have our Mount Kenya HR month coming up next week on Friday. If you're in Mount Kenya, please join us. We are having a career talk in one of the universities as we enhance membership and celebrate the 10 years of the HRM Act. And that is for Kenyans. If you're non-Kenyan and you're in Kenya, please join us as well. If you have any question like Maria Adnai, please email me and I'll link you up to IHRM, or you can use the email address that was shared by Daniel, or you can check IHRM website and some of these questions will be answered. I hope all of you are able to put in your contact details on the chat, from Doreen to Steve to Dennis to IHRM, so that then it's easier for people to just pick and click on the link and also be able to now continue this conversation further. Brian, I've seen you saying I'm coming for the sports day before I come for the gala. Be nice to me and I will come. Right, so allow me to take this opportunity to thank you very much for taking part in this conversation. Of course, we are the official trendsetters. Join us on our WhatsApp group. It's called Get It Right with Atara Solutions, where we seek to change the world through information. I hope that now you are more enlightened and you can be a better HR professional. And you can choose to learn from others. I've seen a question from Agre Anduru. Yes, you can join Transcend. We have seen reverse mentorship take place. So make sure that you're also there. Dennis, you've sent that message to hosts. Please send to everyone so that people are able to get in touch with you. And of course, if you're stuck on anything, please reach out to me and I'll be able to link you up with any of the people here. And thank you very much for always choosing to be here every Tuesday, from Tanzania, from Rwanda, from Malawi, from any part of the country. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for keeping it Get It Right with Atara Solutions. Please follow us on Instagram at Atara Solutions. Like our Facebook page, Atara Solutions. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. By the way, this recording will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, Get It Right with Atara Solutions, where we choose to get it right all the time. So if you stick here, you're always going to get it right. And that is, my friend, the best thing that would ever happen to you. So we appreciate you. Thank you, IHRM. Thank you, HR Mau. Thank you, Rwanda HR Association. Thank you, Trapper. And of course, to the representative, Dennis, Steve, Doreen, Kuresha. Thank you for making it here. And thank you for also agreeing to share information with our audience. Thank you so much. To you all, our audience, we cannot do this without you. So we really appreciate you for being here. And of course, our sign language interpreter, Madam Catherine Sidandi, you are doing a fantastic job, and keep creating impact, keep making a difference, and keep making us inclusive. And of course, today we are very inclusive, almost the whole East African community. Next time we will have Burundi. We'll try to reach out to DRC and also South Sudan and see how best we can also leverage on each other and keep learning from each other. I have seen a lot that we can also borrow, and I know we will do better for sure. From Rwanda, Grace shares Steve's contact. Steve, you can put your contact to Sarah. Sarah Njoroge is asking for your contact, and thank you very much. David Ochiel for joining this session. Of course, we appreciate, and we will have the recording uploaded on our YouTube channel in case you came in late. And everyone has put in their contact details there. Please get in touch with them. In case you get stuck, please reach out to me and I'll be able to link you up with the relevant team. My parting shot, Martin Mtsonga, as HR professionals, let us stand and be guided by our bodies and relevant statutes pertaining to labor laws. Let's always stop being rubber stamps of executive or senior management. That is very true. Thank you very much, and have yourselves a lovely night. Of course, you can keep chatting. We'll be here for a few more minutes, and then we shall continue. Just 1 second. I'm trying to copy Steve. Steve, you sent your details to me. Okay, Doreen, you've also sent to me. I don't know whether it's not sending to everyone, but right, you can always, Sarah put Steve, but you can always get in touch with me and I will be able to link you up with the team. So at this point in time, I want to wish you a good night, and we shall see you next Tuesday as we look at employee engagement. That is our topic of discussion next week. And right, we keep growing together and we keep getting more information and learning.